In the criminal underworld, one name struck fear into the hearts of many: El Chapo. Born Joaquin Guzman Loera, he grew up in poverty, but his thirst for power and ruthless nature propelled him into the dangerous world of the Mexican drug cartels. Welcome back to Creepypastvlog. Prepare to be shocked as you delve into the dark world of one of Mexico's most notorious drug lords. He was convicted of many murders there as well. This is a story that will haunt your nightmares. Let's dive straight into the video. El Chapo's early life. Joaquin Archibaldo Guzman Loera, also known as El Chapo, was born on April 14, 1957 in La Tuna, Badiraguato Municipality, Sinaloa, Mexico. He was raised in a poor farming family and suffered physical abuse at the hands of his father. In the late 1970s, he joined the Guadalajara cartel, which was a major turning point in his life. He quickly rose through the ranks of the organization and became known for constructing intricate tunnels for secret operations. El Chapo's reputation extended beyond his tunnel-building expertise. He was strict with those who didn't meet their quotas or refused the cartel's bribes, considering them traitors who deserved severe consequences. As his influence grew, so did his fearsome reputation. He ruled with an iron fist, creating a terrifying environment within his organization. Crossing paths with El Chapo meant risking one's life, as betrayals were met with ruthless revenge. El Chapo's tunnels became legendary, allowing for the fast smuggling of illegal substances across borders and successfully evading law enforcement. His rise to the top of the criminal underworld had come at a staggering cost, unleashing multiple drug wars that have taken the lives of thousands of his countrymen. The double-crossing associates. El Chapo started his dark rule by committing a chilling murder. The person he killed was once his trusted partner, who had turned against him to become a rival dealer. Suspicion filled the air, making El Chapo come up with an evil plan. He tricked the associate into going to a remote hideout by promising him lots of riches. But it was a terrible trick, a deadly game. When the moon was hidden by clouds, the trap was set. El Chapo's heartless helpers, like soulless monsters, surrounded the unsuspecting associate. Without any mercy, they shot him many times, covering the ground with blood. In the end, the double-crosser's lifeless body lay there, a scary reminder of the consequence of betrayal. This frightful killing warned everyone in the secretive world of the cartel that betraying El Chapo could cost them their lives. The betrayed lover. In the dark world of El Chapo, violence and terror were not limited to drugs and rivals. He loved his mistress deeply, but when he learned of her betrayal, his anger became monstrous. Betrayal was something he could never forgive, and he chose to punish his unfaithful lover to send a chilling message to others. El Chapo's henchmen kidnapped the mistress, subjecting her to days of unspeakable torment. In the end, her lifeless body was cruelly discarded on the city's outskirts, a horrifying reminder of what happens to those who dare to betray the heartless drug lord. The chilling aura of fear spread across the land as people trembled at the thought of crossing the ruthless El Chapo and meeting a similar ghastly fate. The journalist's assassination. A very brave journalist who wanted to tell the truth about a dangerous man named El Chapo. El Chapo always did bad things and hurt many people. He was the leader of a gang called the Sinaloa cartel, and they did illegal things that harmed a lot of others. The journalist was not afraid and wrote stories about El Chapo and his gang's crimes. He wanted everyone to know the truth and stop the bad things they were doing. But this made El Chapo very angry and scared. He didn't want people to know about his evil deeds. El Chapo decided to do something terrible to the journalist. He sent his dangerous killers, known as hitmen, to silence the journalist forever. One day, when the sun was shining brightly, the hitmen attacked the journalist. They shot him with their guns in front of everyone. It was a horrifying scene that shocked the whole world. This terrible act showed that El Chapo and his gang would stop at nothing to protect themselves and keep their crimes hidden. The message was clear. Anyone who tried to expose them would meet a dreadful fate. The journalist's death was a tragedy, and it sent a chilling warning to other reporters and people who wanted to reveal the truth about the Sinaloa cartel. The world lost a brave soul that day, but the fight against evil did not end. People continue to stand up against the horrors caused by El Chapo and his gang, hoping to bring justice to their victims and end their reign of terror once and for all. The brutal Borderland Massacre. In a scary place near the border between the United States and Mexico, something terrible happened. A powerful and evil man named El Chapo planned a dreadful attack. He led a group of merciless gang members who followed his every command. The victims of this horrifying event were innocent migrants trying to cross into the United States. They didn't know that they'd accidentally stepped into the territory controlled by El Chapo's dangerous cartel. The migrants were hopeful, dreaming of a better life, but their dreams turned into a nightmare. Suddenly, El Chapo's henchmen ambushed them. The defenseless migrants had no chance to escape. The gang members opened fire with their deadly guns, showing no mercy. the air filled with the sound of gunshots, screams, and cries for help. When the ruthless attack was over, the ground was covered in blood and lifeless bodies lay all around. It was a scene of utter devastation and horror. The shocking massacre sent shockwaves around the world. News of the tragedy spread like wildfire, capturing everyone's attention. People were appalled by the sheer cruelty and power of the cartel. This tragic event reminded everyone that evil can lurk in unexpected places, and innocent lives can be shattered in an instant. Isaias Valdez-Rios. In the United States, there was a trial for a very scary person, El Chapo. Witnesses told everyone about how cruel he was and how he tortured people in terrible ways. One brave witness, Isaias Valdez-Rios, Mean, talked about the horrible things El Chapo did. The whole courtroom got quiet as Mean shared the unimaginable horrors El Chapo put his victims through. Mean spoke sadly, telling everyone how El Chapo tortured his victims without stopping. El Chapo had a heartless doctor who made sure the victims stayed alive while they suffered. He wanted them to feel pain every minute, leaving them broken but still breathing. The trial showed some of El Chapo's worst torture methods. Witnesses told stories of electric shocks, waterboarding, cutting and messing with their minds. It was all so scary and cruel, and it happened to anyone who got in El Chapo's way. Each person's story was horrifying, and it showed just how dark and evil El Chapo's empire was. Everyone in the courtroom could feel the weight of El Chapo's sadistic power. The jurors, the people watching, and the whole world were shocked by how serious his criminal empire was. It was built on drugs, violence, and the terrible torment of others. Jose Antonio Aguilar Marufo. There was a feared killer named Jose Antonio Aguilar Marufo, also known as El Jaguar. He worked for a powerful and dangerous person called El Chapo. El Jaguar did terrible things like kidnapping, hurting people, and killing them, creating a frightening history of violence in Mexico. Inside El Jaguar's murder room, terrifying things happened. The room was carefully designed to make sure nobody could hear the screams or pleas of the poor people caught inside. The floor was cold and covered in scary bloodstains, and there were drains to get rid of any evidence. The air in the murder room felt hostile, like it held stories of unbearable pain. The dim lighting made the fear of the people in El Jaguar's control even worse. This twisted chamber was a reflection of El Chapo's sick desires and showed just how evil the criminal world could be. It was a chilling reminder of the horrible things humans could do. El Jaguar carried out his gruesome work in this dark place, leaving behind bodies that had been mutilated, proof of his terrifying reign. Each victim became a canvas for El Jaguar's horrifying art, showing the savage acts that were beyond understanding. The once lively streets of Mexico turned into a horrifying stage for El Jaguar's twisted displays. His victims were shown to the public as gruesome warnings, meant to scare anyone who dared to oppose El Chapo from meeting a cruel fate. The horrifying murders attributed to Joaquin El Chapo Guzman Loera stand as a testament to the ruthlessness and brutality of his criminal reign. From rival drug lords to journalists, politicians, and innocent migrants, no one was safe from the cartel's deadly reach. El Chapo's violent legacy continues to haunt Mexico and serves as a grim reminder of the devastating consequences of organized crime. Despite his eventual capture and imprisonment, the horrors of his crimes will forever remain etched in the memories of those affected by his reign of terror. That's a wrap-up. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to Creepypasta Vlog.